heart beats just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing.
And new WBO lineal junior welterweight champion of the world, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez!
Black about it, Coast Coast. It's your boy Shadow Ghost. Keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked, and I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope you're having a blessed day. Cause me, I'm having a blessed day. I don't know about you, but I woke up this morning feeling rejuvenated or something. First off, before anything, congratulations to the Takeover Teofimo Lopez. He done made history again. Remind me of Tio's age again. What is he, 24, 25 or something like that? I mean, damn, it feels, yeah, hey, listen, if you've been pulling for Tio for the past couple years, bro, this feels good. And normally, I'm not the type of person that rubs it in or whatever. I'm gonna give you an example. I mean, when Wilder fought Fury the third time, I was like, yo, Wilder's gonna get knocked out, you know? And I didn't make no like I told you so or rub it in or anything like that. This right here though, this is different. This is different. And let me tell you why. Because in the past couple of years, ever since Tio's loss, this is what I saw. I saw people that acted like, you know, that they fuck with Tio or they actually was going for him and shit. And then as soon as he lost, they turned his back on him. They called him crazy. They said his father is a crackhead and all this other stuff. But there was that group of Tio fans that remained like, hey, we know the real Tio and how he fights. You know what I mean? And we knew that there's something was wrong. That doesn't take away from Kambosos' win. It does not. But I've always said this. If you have an injury going into a fight, you shouldn't tell anybody. Because if you're going to go in that fight and you're going to fight, if you choose to fight, you shouldn't be able to like, hey, listen, I'm hurt. Because for me, you're setting up an excuse for in case you lose. That's why I always say, don't say anything. But that doesn't change the fact that you had an injury. That doesn't change the fact that that's not true. And when Tio fought Kambosos, a lot of us saw like there was something wrong. Regardless, Kambosos won, Tio lost, and then Tio had a couple of more fights and he was performing subpar. I know for me, the Tio that I know, that was subpar. One thing a lot of people can see is that was not Tio. And not only that, but Tio fights to the level of his competition. Tio fights to the level of his competition with the exception of the Kambosos fight. He fights to the level of his competition. And when he lost, y'all trashed him. You trashed his daddy. You called his daddy a crackhead. You said that Tio is, y'all was laughing because his wife left him and took his kid. Some of y'all is just downright dirty and disgusting. Y'all haters, bro. Y'all haters. But today, I hope that shit hurts, bro. I hope it hurts, bro. And I usually don't do this, but I've just seen so much hate towards that kid, bro. So much hate, bro. I am beyond happy for Tio and his family, his camp, and all the real people that supported him, bro. And by the way, since I'm on that topic of being a supporter or a fan, a number one like that, there's a difference between being a fan and a dick rider. Come on, you already know. A dick rider is when you don't take no responsibility for what another person does, or you don't say, hey, he was wrong, he lost, whatever, and you just keep capping for him and making excuses. That's a dick rider. But a real supporter be like, hey, he lost, it is what it is, I'm still rooting for him, I want the best for him. And since we're on the topic of that as well, why do you have outlets and channels out there afraid to admit that they're a fan of a certain fighter? You got dudes out there like, hey man, I'm not a fan of, I like everybody. I'm not a fan of certain fighters. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not this and that. Bro, you don't gotta be a fanboy, but you telling me that you don't root for certain fighters? You're not a fan of a certain fighter? You telling me you watch the NFL and there's no teams that you like? There's no players. There's no type of offense or defense like, damn, like, yo, I like that team, bro. Their defense is good. You don't do that. You like everybody the same, right? You just unbiased. You're an unbiased person, right? Stop, man, bro. Stop it, man. Y'all need to stop worrying about what other people think of you. This is what I see all the time. Stop thinking about what people think of you. I see a lot of these bigger outlets channels. And by the way, I'm not a hater, man. I watch these guys. I watch them. So I'm subscribed to them. And I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm subscribed to them. But I see a lot of these guys, they worried about what everybody thinks and they constantly replying to them in the comments and this and that. You're afraid to say that you're rooting for a fighter and then, you know, this and that. Come on, man. Just stop, bro. Just keep it real. Today, keep it real. Tio made Josh Taylor look ordinary. He made Josh Taylor look ordinary, bruh. And I'm gonna be honest with you, leading up to the fight, I had said I thought it was gonna be a lot closer than what it was. I thought it was gonna. I didn't know Tio was gonna blow him out the water like that. I thought it was gonna be a lot closer than it was because, you know, Josh Taylor has reigned at 140 for a minute now. He's beat some of the best at 140. Regis Prograis, Baranchek, Ramirez, and he beat them decisively, except for the Regis Prograis, who was a little bit closer, but he beat Regis too. Josh was the king at 140, and Tio made him look ordinary. Now, I did have some concern. I had some concern right before the fight started. In the back of when the fight before it started, I saw Josh Taylor warming up. He was on the jump rope. He had a good sweat going, and I was like, yo, he's warmed up, because I honestly am a firm believer in getting yourself like loose and warming up. I know some fighters like to relax and they like just to conserve all their energy. They don't like to do that little warm up or whatever. They might hit the pads a little bit, but they're trying to conserve all their energy for the fight. But you got some fighters that will actually get like a pre-workout to get their blood flowing and the heart pumping. And that's what Josh Taylor did. He came into the ring looking like he already fought like 2 rounds already. In the first round, he was hitting them with Tio with some good body shots. And I was like, man, Tio probably, I don't know if he was hesitant or whatever. It did not take long, bro. It did not take long. By the middle of the fight, you already know who was going to win that fight. Unless Tio would have got caught and knocked out, you already know who was going to win. He had Josh Taylor hurt numerous times. And in the last round, when you thought that, you know, it's best to play it safe, not Tio. Tio was trying to knock him out, bro. And this is why Tio is exciting, bro. Love him or hate him or whatever. But y'all that be wishing for a person's downfall, this is the moments that I'm sure that fighters like Tio live for. He lives to prove you wrong. Just like people would pay to see Floyd lose. And Floyd after the fight would be like, hey, I just made money off you, and just laughing all the way to the bank. Now you got Tio as a first ballot Hall of Famer. 135, beat the man that beat everybody, Loma. And then he moved up, went straight for Josh Taylor. And you know what's ironic? He chased Loma. When Tio was at 135, he chased Loma and got the belts. He went to 140, had a couple of fights, but even before moving to 140, he said, I want Josh Taylor. Tio Sr. said, we want Josh Taylor, and they chased him because they chasing greatness.